Hey guys, Scary here doing another video, and this time I did some battlegrounds on my Disc Priest. And so my Disc Priest actually has full 670 gear, and my intentions actually were to gear it up and to do it as Shadow. But after testing some Shadow battlegrounds, I decided that is definitely not my cup of tea, and that I'll stick as Disc. And so all my gear is geared towards Shadow, so it's not necessarily the best itemization for Disc. Not any Spirit on any of my stuff yet, but I have a lot of other stats, a lot of mastery to get them bubbles up and high. But I think I'm pretty good at it. Got a good handle of it. Played it for a long time, and so I decided this time I'd kind of do a little commentary over the battleground instead of playing music to see what you guys kind of like, because I wasn't really sure on which one you guys preferred. I know that some people just like to watch gameplay footage of it. Some people like to hear me talk. I don't know. Whatever works for you guys. But so basically, I'm actually the only healer in this battleground. The only healer on their side is also Priest. But as I was saying, got full 670 gear. I got a couple pieces of the purple 700 gear on. I think two of them, my hands and my shoulders, I think. But as you can see, it's definitely a healing war at this point. All these guys are pretty badly geared in here, but I think really as a Disc Priest, when you're playing, the goal is kind of to maximize your casting and keeping away from needing to have those interrupts done to you. So as you see, I have my Omni bar at the bottom there below my unit frames. That tells me with people around me, whenever they use their interrupts, I know. So that way I know if I can free cast or not. It's actually a really cool add-on. If you guys don't have it, if somebody is watching doesn't have it in here, I definitely recommend you do, because as I said, it's basically imperative that you have an add-on that knows exactly what interrupts have been used on you, so that way you can cast or not. So we did really well this battleground here. We're up at Lumber Mill, and of course I'm the only healer, and this healer on the other side, actually at the very end you'll see my healing was like 2 million more than the other healer, and I try to line myself up good with the other players to get myself in with them, that way I can heal them up. But actually, I think I might have cut it out, but they left me at mines all by myself, which is, you don't leave a healer, your only healer, at mines by yourself. That's not a very intelligent move, at least on their part. But, so yeah, we're just here killing things, healing things, trying to cap mines here, or lumber mill here, but they're doing a good job of keeping us off. There's actually a rogue warrior running around together that I think were from the same server that did a real good job of tagging up. See here, you can actually see them, and I think they ended up actually killing me up here because there's just so many of them on me. And when you start getting into those desperate times, try to maximize your pain suppression on yourself using my versatility trinket to reduce damage I take and increase healing that I'm doing to myself. And the best thing, that penance glyph that allows you to cast penance while moving, that is awesome. Bad thing about it is that a lot of your casts, whenever you're fake casting, a lot of people just move to stop the fake casting, and I ended up actually with the penance glyph, you try to move to stop your casting, and it doesn't work because obviously you can cast while moving. So I actually end up getting kick a lot while channeling penance. So I need to work on that and get a stop cast macro, and that'll allow me to double click it whenever I cast it and maybe just stop casting it. And that way I won't get interrupted during it and get locked out for 8 seconds like I usually do. But here, just a nice little bubble everybody. It's kind of your Disc Priest forte. Disc Priest deal is just kind of making sure everybody's bubbled, making sure that you have your prayer mending casted on somebody most of the time. And with me being the only healer, I tried my best to if a player was low, I just spam flash heal. I know that's not necessarily the best thing to do and most mana efficient thing to do, but especially in a battleground where you're dying so often and the battles are ending mostly quickly, different from RBGs, because in RBGs they of course end a lot differently, usually last out a lot longer. But with these short ones, you just kind of blow through mana, so spamming flash heal really works really well whenever you can't put another bubble on somebody. And so you'll see me a lot here in these group battles especially, where I'm just spamming the crap out of flash heal. And as I said, I'm throwing a couple holy fires and smites here and there. Of course, it still does a little bit of healing to the damage. I think it's about 50% if I'm correct. And you'll see in the video here that I'm actually skipping around, and that's because I just don't want to bore you guys with the graveyard time and with me traveling to stuff, so I just kind of cut it out. It's still a long video, still a really long match, because most of the time we were really close to one another throughout the match. We actually, I thought right there at the end we were actually going to lose it, but the team actually did a real good job of holding certain points and stuff. Could attribute to our one healer, how awesome he was. But so I actually have 2 Ret Pallies on me here. I cast Pain Suppression there and fear of dying, but I noticed I got a Soul Stone on me, so I don't worry 100% too much about myself. I actually try to throw something there on my teammate there, but I don't get it oftentimes, so I was able to wait, let him retarget somebody, get up, and start bubbling real quickly here. And a couple times I actually ended up recasting my Powered Fortitude, or my Fortitude buff on people, and definitely recommend doing that, because if there's the other priest on the other team, if he has time, he's going to be spamming dispels on people, and that's going to hopefully, he hopes, get rid of my bubbles on people, and he'll end up, if we have more buffs on ourselves, then it takes longer for him to get the dispel, offensive dispel, if you want to use proper terminology, to get off the bubbles. But as I said, I am no expert at Disc Priest, by no means, but what I do know here, I guess if I did 12 million healing, I was doing something right and had something going for me. But I just kind of throw some damage here and there when I can, when I don't have much more to do. And here actually we were kind of sitting in between. I don't like fighting in the rows a lot between points, because you take a little bit of risk on it, but I was sitting between mines, because we had some guys at mines, we had some guys at blacksmith, so I decided to kind of go ahead and fight here a little bit to make sure my guys didn't die on my team, because they were fighting there already. So but yeah, I definitely wouldn't recommend doing that though. But it is what it is, right? That guy actually gets away there, and he decides to suicide himself. I think the rogue there did. But I peek down there to make sure everybody's doing okay, and I actually find myself at a point where I can go down the middle here, and I can kind of heal up both of them. I couldn't save that poor rogue in time. He decided to kind of do some suicide bombing, but I decided that I can actually stay up here and kind of do some healing from up here. That way they can't target me as well. But I think whenever they see those penances going and the prayer of mendings, they say, oh, the healer's up there, we gotta go get him. So they actually end up coming up here eventually, where he's going to charge me there, and he ends up coming after me, and I don't know if I ended up dying here or not, but starts putting some pressure on me, and then of course my guy's down there, and the other enemy team healer is actually down there healing. He's kind of hiding down there on the bottom on the way to mines, and they're actually getting me really low here. I start kind of panicking here, and I start running away, and as I said, with that penance glyph, and most of the time when I do fake casting, I need to get a stop casting macro and do better at that. It's definitely something I can improve on, but a lot of the times I'm just moving to cancel my spells, what you can't do with penance because you're channeling penance. But I actually end up dying there. I get locked out of my spells, but luckily the res time isn't that long, so I'm able to run right back into where we're at here, and they hadn't got capped yet. But I see the healer back there, and I start kind of moving towards him, start dispelling some of his buffs off him, while making sure my guys aren't totally dying there. And he actually ends up losing some of his members. I guess our DPS is doing really well for their undergeared stuff there. But I actually recently just switched over from the talents. I was running Spectral Guise there for a long time, And I kind of found that that really wasn't working for me, that I needed to run with the Angelic Bulwark, because I know there's a lot of benefit to where if somebody's right on you, you can get off for a minute and get a heal off. But with these battlegrounds and doing the BGs and even Ashran, I noticed how quick that I end up dying. So we're actually doing real well here. We're getting things back on track with capping the bases and stuff. That guy actually ends up going down here. We're actually going to finish the priest off, and I just see I was casting that penance while moving, and the disc priest ends up trying to silence me there, so my warrior will go down. But he's the only guy left, so guess what? He ends up actually being the one to bite the dust. But and so I silence him there. But my blanket only lasts 1 second, but I noticed he wasn't casting, so I just went ahead and cast it, and we got so many guys here that can interrupt that, well, who cares about doing it? Now it's actually added in Warlords that Disc Priests now have, only Disc Priest and Shadow Priest have the silence ability, 45-second cooldown, but it interrupts the cast, which is actually really cool, kind of a niche feel for the Disc Priest. Kind of stinks for Holy because we don't really have that as Holy. But then I also skip here to go ahead and go into I was traveling all the way up, so I skip here and I see one of my guys going down, so I went ahead and stopped. And that Warlock must have realized I was casting, got his pet interrupt on me or whatever, and bot maybe, maybe not, but he got that off of me, and I'm just dispelling because, oh well, who cares about the silence from the dot locks or the locks dots? That's rough to say. And so we're going to Blacksmith here because we realized that we lost it. We need to recoup because we only have 2 bases. But at this point, if you look at our points, we're so close to winning that we go ahead and come in. I'm bubbling everybody, making sure I got my bubbles going, popping the Angelic Feather to speed myself up, putting a nice little damage reducing bubble on the flag where a couple of my guys are. And they catch on pretty quickly that I'm healing. Judging by all the spells and penances going off, so that they end up switching to me pretty quick here. What I try to do is I try to run out to make them think that I'm running away, and so that way maybe they drop me and they go back to the flag because they don't want people to cap the flag. But of course, with it being a random battleground, people don't really think about that, and of course it'd be a bad thing to do in an RPG, but in a battleground people don't really care about leaving the flag. They just want to do the damage and kill you. So maybe it is a good strategy, whatever. But we end up actually losing it here. I can't keep guys up and keep me up, especially if the guys aren't CCing the guys off me, and they end up getting an interrupt there and lock me out, and it's too much for me to handle. And I realize that I'm going to be the one about to go down, so I start trying to help out my teammates, keeping them up, seeing if we can get last cap. But of course, I see the points, and I'm like, oh, well, we know what's going to happen. So anyway, guys, thank you for watching. Subscribe for more videos, and I'll talk to you guys later. Thank you again for watching the video. See you guys later. Bye-bye.